All right, folks, tip number one is don't go heavy.
Train traps. Here's how to actually train traps. What you're going to do is put not so much weight on the bar. We're going to just demo with this, but for you to be honest.
So, you've been training for a while now. Maybe you've got a little bicep weight coming in. Maybe your V-taper is starting to show. You've spent the last 6 months meticulously tracking your protein intake, optimizing your sleep, and calculating your training volume like it's a NASA space program. But then you put on a shirt and suddenly you look like a twink. What happened, bro? The answer is traps. You see those muscles connecting your neck to your shoulders? Those are your traps and they absolutely suck. Look at the difference upper traps make to your physique. You gotta grow those bad boys to achieve alpha wolf status. Now, before I tell you how to optimally grow your traps and teach you all the S-tier workouts for maximum gains, let me tell you why you should grow them. Before all the looks-maxing frameworkers start typing essays in the comments, just hear me out. Your traps are probably the single most important muscle group for looking big in normal clothes. Really think about it for a second. When people talk to you, they aren't staring at your bicep weight, they're not admiring your serratus, nobody's thinking, wow, look at the lower lat insertion on that guy. They see your neck, they see your shoulders, they see your traps. You've probably heard the word yoke being thrown around a lot. Big traps are what get you yoked. Think of Bane from Batman. Now, he was yoked. Big traps are the ultimate cheat code for looking jacked, whether you're shirtless, wearing a hoodie, or standing in line buying groceries. Big traps take you from looking like a 10-year-old to looking like you did 10 years in prison. And the best part? Traps are actually surprisingly easy to grow. Here are all the workouts you'll ever need to grow monstrous traps. Let me ask you something. Who has big traps? Wrestlers, strongmen, farmers, construction workers. These are guys who start their day by carrying boulders up 3 flights of stairs and end their day by pounding their overweight wife. Or husbands. Do you see these people doing 20-pound dumbbell shrugs while trying to achieve the perfect mind-muscle connection, focusing on the squeeze? Hell no! What they're doing is moving shit tons of weight day and night. And that's exactly the key to blowing up your traps. Heavy shit. Now you're probably thinking, what's heavy? Deadlifts? But traps aren't trained to failure during deadlifts. There has to be a better way. There is. High rack pulls. Rack pulls are the manliest exercise in existence. If rack pulls were a man, it would be like Kratos and Hulk combined. I generally think half the appeal is psychological. You walk up to a bar loaded with enough place to make everyone in the gym despise you, and then you just pick that shit up. Here's how to do a rack pull. Walk up to a rack, set the safety slightly above knee height, load up an absolutely crazy amount of weight and start pulling. High rack pulls are basically the trap-focused variant of deadlifts. Because the pin is set to knee height, you're removing the hinging motion from deadlifts. So all the load transfers to your traps. And because traps are strong as hell, you can load heavy as hell. Do sets of 5 to 15 reps with longer holds at the top so that each set lasts around 60 to 90 seconds. And remember to brace. Take a deep breath into your belly, not just your chest, and keep the tightness while you lift. Use a belt if you think you need one. Don't be stupid, don't get injured. The weighted stretch might feel like it's ripping your traps apart, but that's completely normal. Trust me, I'm a doctor. Need proof that rack pulls get you yoked? Take a look at Alex Leonidas, an OG natty YouTuber who built some of the most ridiculous natural traps on YouTube doing extremely heavy rack pulls as a staple. Mind you, Alex was literally known for his yoke and his alpha wolf status, so if he asks you to do a rack pull, yeah, you better get to pulling. As an added bonus, they'll also strengthen your deadlift lockout, so not only do you get bigger traps, you also get stronger. Just make sure you don't get kicked out of the gym for breaking the bar. You already know my gym owner hates seeing me walk into the gym. A power shrug is like a normal shrug, except you use a shit ton of momentum to hoist that weight up. You bend your knees and explosively extend them and use your hips to generate momentum to shrug up an absolutely ungodly amount of weight. You might be thinking, Swooljack, that sounds unscientific. And to be fair, it does look like an exercise invented by a construction worker with anger issues. But hear me out. Regular shrugs are hardest at the top. Power shrugs use a bit of momentum to get the weight moving, allowing you to use far more weight than you could with a strict shrug. When the weight comes back down, your traps have to catch, stabilize, and reverse that heavy load from the stretched position. This puts a ton of tension on the traps at the bottom of the movement, which many people, especially exercise scientists, believe is effective for muscle growth. So no, power shrugs aren't just a meathead Hulk smash exercise, they actually have some solid science behind them. The reason you don't see science-based lifters doing this, even though they love talking about the lengthened position, is because loading a bunch of weight and using momentum doesn't feel rooted in science. The truth is, to some of these science gurus, it's never been about the science. It's about selling shit and feeling like the smartest person around. But sometimes you realize that the meatheads had it right all along. So, load up the bar, hoist the weight up, and let them big boys work the traps directly. You can use barbells or a Smith machine, sure they'll work pretty well, but the absolute best trap builder of all time is the trap bar power shrug. Why do you think they call this the trap bar? If your gym has a trap bar and you're not using that shit, boy are you missing out. I also love these because, as a bonus, the trap bar doesn't scrape against my thighs and, more importantly, my massive balls. Use a weight that's actually heavy. Let the trap stretch at the bottom. Explosively shrug up. Don't turn it into an upright row. Don't spend 15 minutes trying to feel your traps. The hack to get all the form cues right? Just load up the damn weight. If you're not pissing your pants looking at the weights before the lift, it's not heavy enough. If the weight is heavy enough for you, stretch, check. Explosiveness, check. No bendy elbows, check. And no mind muscle and squeeze contract bullshit, also check. And once again, do not forget to brace. Now, maybe you can't handle big boy weights and the fatigue that comes with it. That's fine. Classic dumbbell shrugs still work pretty well. The key is simple: make them heavy. I hope you're seeing the common theme for trap training. And when I say heavy, I don't mean fitness influencer heavy. Actually heavy. Maxing out the dumbbell station is a decent starting point, if I'm being honest. You can do these standing, seated, one arm at a time, whatever. Just progressively overload them. Make sure to strap up. You don't want your grip being the limiting factor here. Grab the biggest dumbbell and shrug them shits all the way up until the range of motion is non-existent, and when you go down, you depress your shoulders to get the full stretch. Leaning forward when seated helps you focus on mid-traps as well. Another thing with trap training, you can always reduce the range of motion and keep going, even if you hit failure, technically speaking. For the science bros, this would be called a lengthened partial. That's where the growth begins. Here's the thing about traps, they're resilient as hell. We humans have evolved to carry shit around using our hands, and the traps are what allow us to do that. They're not gonna grow if you treat them like they're fragile. They stabilize your shoulders, support heavy carries, assist in rows, and work during deadlifts. They're constantly involved, which means they can tolerate more abuse than probably any other muscle. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you heard someone say, "Yeah bro, I tore my traps doing shrugs"? Exactly. So stop pussing around. Train them hard, train them heavy, train them with intent. You have to use high intensity. This is a non-negotiable. Use moderate to high volume, especially if traps are a priority. For a lot of people, traps grow like weeds on you the second they receive any attention. Kinda like a girl with daddy issues. You see, when I was a kid, I maxed out trap training by moving all the groceries from the car to my home. To this day, I still wake up at night, sad, thinking about how much more groceries I could have carried if I had lifting straps. Lifting straps prevent your grip from failing, allowing your traps to be trained to full intensity. So if you don't have lifting traps, you're really holding your traps back. Your traps are so much stronger than your grip strength. They're much bigger, they're much more resilient, so why would you let a weaker muscle limit a much stronger muscle? Just use straps. Now, some of you are already typing, but what about lower traps? Relax. Most of you are already hitting plenty of mid and lower traps through your rows and various upper back movements. And if you're one of the enlightened Kelso Shrug enjoyers, those are great too for hitting the mid and lower trap region. To do these, set up a bench on an incline, grab some dumbbells and lie down on the bench with your chest against the pad and your head above the bench, just like a chest supported row. And now, shrug up. You could do it on a T-bar row machine or a Smith machine. Pro tip, load that shit up. And yes, developing those areas matters. It's what gives you the thickness that everyone talks about in the fitness industry. But the thing that makes someone look yoked from the front isn't their lower traps, it's the upper traps. Slabs of meat connecting their shoulders to their ears. Those are what give you the holy shit look. Those are what fill out a shirt. So if you're tired of looking like a pencil-necked victim every time you put on a t-shirt, stop overcomplicating trap training. Power shrugs, rack pulls, heavy dumbbell shrugs. Progressively overload them, train them hard, give them the attention they deserve, because at the end of the day, nobody notices your six-pack at the grocery store. But everybody notices traps that start halfway up your ears. Now, go move some heavy ass weight or stay pencil neck forever. Now, if you're dealing with an overall skinny physique and not just small traps, then you should probably check this video out, where I teach you how to go from skinny fat to absolutely jacked.
I'm both on a raw IQ scale smarter than almost every coach, maybe every coach.